everybody, I'm finally back to show you guys whatever happened to my oversized KO Energon Arcee, and it looks pretty good right now, right? Until you consider that it's in 3 pieces, and it was not designed to be in 3 pieces. That's my doing. I broke it. As you can kind of see, yeah, that's me. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how I fixed this, or how I broke this beyond repair, pretty much. Because I've been trying to fix this for weeks, and I haven't been very successful. When I was putting it back together for the first time, I, for some reason, thought that it would be cool to just jam the 2 pieces together, and it didn't like that. And so I wound up with this instead of a joint that connects the top half to the bottom half. It's supposed to go like that. And yeah, that's my mistake. But I have no idea how to fix it now, and I would really like to fix it because I think the rest of this looks pretty neat, but I just don't know. I'm kind of at a loss on this one, and I've seen a couple different things online that it's like to recreate the plastic, kind of, and I've tried a couple different epoxies. I used to have the little pieces that were on here, and I tried to super glue them on originally, and that didn't work. And then I used some epoxy, and that didn't work, and then I lost both of the pieces somewhere, assumably never to be found again, which is great. And so now I just don't know what to do with it. Like, they kind of stick together if you like force them together, but not so well. And that's mostly because I have super glue all on this thing, because it was really loose before. And the other piece that I broke is right here. You can see it. This crack was not supposed to be here. And what's unfortunate about that is that these 2 pieces go together like that. Or not so much like that, but like that. And I think that's a crappy joint anyhow. Or not so much even a joint, it's a crappy connection, because they don't stay up, it just flops around, and it looks dumb. But putting this and this together causes this very large crack. And again, I've super glued and epoxied this, and every time I go to put them together, it cracks like that again. And it's almost all the way in 2 now, which really sucks, because I don't know what I'm going to do if it winds up in 2 pieces. I mean, I don't even know why that would happen. And it kind of had a crack on this lower part when I first got it, but I didn't really think anything of it until it spread up to the windshield, and now I'm really kind of disgruntled. But anyhow, while I'm showing you guys this, I figured I would maybe show you some of the things I have done correctly with this guy. With the wheels, I took, it's called contouring putty. It's from Testors. And I filled in some of the grooves, and these were gold originally, like all of it was gold. And I don't think Arcee was ever gold. It was kind of dumb looking. And so I got, it's called Aircraft Interior Black. It's also from Testors, I think. I might be wrong. But I painted those, and then I took and painted the rest of it silver. I did that on both wheels, and I think it came out really cool. And then on this wheel, I also took just a gray paint and went over some of it so that you can see the details. Also, another thing that I've been working on with this that is coming out really iffy, and again, I have no idea how to fix this. With the arms, if you remember, they were completely hollow, and in the pictures they showed her being able to hold both of her gigantic weapons, like, in her hands. And so I took that same contouring putty that I used on the wheels, and I filled those in completely. As you can see, it looks kind of crappy. Like, it looks better than it looked before, but I'm not 100% sure about it. And it would be great if I could just like get plastic and just completely cover it in plastic and make it look cool and like do some designs on it and stuff, but I don't know. But I put holes in it so that it can actually hold these, and it does pretty well considering, but I just don't know. It only looks really very good if it's holding the weapons, and on this one I had some issues, and so I had to redo it, but it holds that one. And they have different sized holes, which doesn't make sense to me. But there's that, and I don't know how to make that look kind of decent. It's just, meh. It's not great. It's not terrible, I guess. And then another thing that I've been doing, and I can actually show you that on this one, after I got all of it painted, I decided that I didn't like it still. And so I wanted to go back and kind of change the shapes on some of the plastic, which was a little adventurous, I guess. I don't know that that's possible entirely. But again, I took that contouring putty and I filled in this crevice here that I don't understand why it was there to begin with. And then I filled in these where the pinholes are just because I thought that looked cooler. And I want to fill in all the screw holes at some point, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to wind up taking it apart 1 or 2 times still. And then I took my X-Acto knife and some sandpaper and I kind of smoothed out all the edges on this one. I haven't done anything to this one, so that's kind of your before and after. I think it looks a little bit cooler when it's in alt mode, but I don't know, it took a really long time to do that too. But I also did that on her calves because they weren't working right. As you can kind of see, like right here, the paint was coming off of this because every time you go to transform the legs, it has problems and it screws up my paint. And that makes me mad because I worked a while on that paint. So on this leg, what I did is I just took that whole corner off of it so it's not sharp anymore. And I did the same over here, so now it does that without messing up my paint. And I'm pretty impressed about that. And I think it looks a little better too, because I didn't like the jagged edge. I mean, that's pretty much all I've done with the plastic so far, but I'm sure I'll come up with something else to do with it. I also put some super glue in the joints up here so that they were a little bit tighter. And this one's supposed to have a little bit of a slide to it too, and I changed that a little bit to make it a little bit tighter so it wasn't super loose. And that's about it. Now, also something I've noticed is that it doesn't stand correctly all the time. And I don't know if that's me assembling it wrong or I don't even know, but it's like this hip joint, if I hold it level, this leg is shorter than the other. And I don't know if that's something that was there to begin with or if that's something that I did to mess it up horribly. But I don't know, kind of frustrating. Because that's the only way it'll stand, and this is crooked then. And then when the joint did work, and I put this on top, it would be kind of lopsided like that, and it doesn't look right. So anyhow, any suggestions you guys have on fixing any of these many problems that I have with this figure right now would be super. If you guys want to leave some comments and kind of give me some feedback on this. And also anything else you guys think of that might look kind of cool on this would be great. I'm thinking that as far as the paint goes, I also filled in over here, I forget to mention that. And I don't have kind of a before and after to show you, but I thought it fit together better that way. That's just kind of a little thing that I did. But as far as the paint goes, I think that I want to change the white now. And if I could get like a pearl-ish white or like a shinier white, I think that would look really neat. And that's partially to cover up the things that I've puttied. and partially to cover up the things that they've messed up. Like, here's an example here where there's blue showing for no reason. Like, I think when they painted it, they messed up their paint, and I messed up my paint quite a bit too. So being able to paint that white would kind of hide some of my goofs and maybe make it look a little bit better. Well, anyhow, thank you guys for watching, and any input you have would be great. See you later.